But first question, did you ever actually wrestle in Mexico? And if so, how would you compare that to wrestling in North America?
I never wrestled in Mexico. So I didn't have, the style in Mexico, it's so different. I mean, the Mexican wrestler typically was the Chavo Guerreros or the Eddie Guerreros, which, what's the name of the kid with the mask? Rey Mysterio, very small wrestlers that could do unbelievable things in the ring. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. But, the way I would see it, because and Americans, we learn to work on the left, from the left, and they work from the right. And it's very difficult to make the transition, when you've never done it. And I remember that I wrestled in LA in a AAA match, and I was trying to behave like them. I had a guy who used to wear the skeleton outfit on, like parka, and a couple other guys, and I'm rushing, and they're telling me, God, slow down, and I said, God, I'm rushing, trying to keep up with you guys, So it would have been a very difficult transition for me. I never did it. But, like, when I came into professional wrestling without knowing anybody in professional wrestling. I didn't have family. I just came into wrestling. And at the time, Mil Máscaras was the man, and then you had Chavo Guerrero in LA, and all of a sudden, I become the biggest Mexican of anybody. So there was a lot of animosity, with me. I had more animosity with the Mexicans than I did with the other wrestlers. Of jealousy that I had to deal with. And I had to. I never really made him feel like I felt like I was better than them. I always, was very humble with those guys. And up to now, people still, when I first started, Mil Máscaras was in Houston, and I drove him from Houston to another town, and I was just a referee, and he gets in my. I never thought I was going to get to see him without a mask, and we drive out of town for about 10 miles, and then he takes his mask off. And he was a big hero of mine, and I was a nobody. And then about 2.5 years later, I made it to New York real quick, and 2.5 years later, I was main eventing in New York, and he comes up, and I was bigger than Mil Máscaras, in 2.5 years. That was a little. I think it was a little hard for him, to take, and up until now, I think now he's accepted me, because he realized that I never behaved like I was the man, I would always continue to give him respect and, acknowledge how great he was, and let him know that he was, my hero when I was, getting started in the business. Because when I got in the business, I was not a wrestling fan. I never watched wrestling. So I had to learn how to crawl before I even walked. It was a hard time for me to learn that.
And as a quick follow-up, there's a guy in AAA right now under the name Tito Santana. Is there any relation to you?
No.